bounds.
Words have the power to inspire, motivate, and influence millions of people.
It's the first time amendments raised by anti-fairness. Government power limits written by James Madison. Proof 1791 add to the Constitution. Once all the states ratified United States Bill of Rights.
77 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. That this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth.
America, home of the brave, land of the free. America, what makes it so great is it's not a land of just a certain type of people. No, it's a land full of different cultures and different races from around the world. This is what makes America great. It's for the people and by the people. This is not a dictatorship or a new monarchy. This is for the people and by the people. This is what makes America great. Please remember this 4th of July. And for a lot of us, I would say about 80% of the U.S., our ancestors came from different parts of the world, migrated here. And that speaks for about 80% of the United States of America. If you don't believe me, just check your ancestry at Ancestry.com. You'll be surprised that even your family migrated here from different areas of the world. This 4th of July, just think about the people that just want a little bit of freedom for their family. Because America, home of the brave, land of the free.
That I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
Tonight, these are the faces of the desperate, locked out on the doorstep of the United States waiting. The migrant caravan, mostly women and children, some 150 fleeing violence in Central America and seeking asylum, have traveled nearly 3,000 miles. But the last 300 feet into the U.S. may prove impossible. Catherine says gangs in Honduras could kill her daughter Ashley if she doesn't pay for their protection. Arriving Sunday, the migrants can see freedom just beyond the border wall. 4 weeks ago, the caravan began its journey near the Guatemalan border. On foot, by train and bus, they've slept on streets and shelters before finally reaching Tijuana. Cecilia Carrillo says she and her baby have nowhere to turn. The vice president today at the border.
The 150 men, women, and many small children that are being processed at our border, not far from here, will be completely reviewed by our customs officials under our asylum laws.
With many planning to apply for asylum under persecution of a social group, after the migrants surrender, they'll be interviewed. Some will be denied. Others could be allowed to enter the U.S. or be detained, awaiting an asylum decision that can take years and is often unsuccessful. Many here call this the point of no return, a desperate journey with one last roadblock that may be impossible to pass.
The migrant crisis has resulted in millions of Middle Eastern and North African refugees seeking asylum in Europe. Refugees have faced hostility from nationalist groups despite having a number of international protections. So what rights do refugees have? Important to clarify who falls into this category. Refugees and asylum seekers are those who have been displaced from their home countries due to unforeseeable circumstances like war or cultural persecution. The term refugee is simply another name for asylum seekers whose asylum application has been approved. Additionally, the term migrant applies to all those traveling between countries, including economic refugees. Fortunately for refugees, the United Nations defines a number of rights to protect and care for vulnerable migrants. Those rights were outlined in the UN's 1951 Refugee Convention, which was originally created to help Europe cope with millions of stateless people following World War II. According to the convention, if a displaced person faces persecution on the basis of their beliefs or identity, they are legally allowed to enter a foreign country to ask for asylum. Additionally, this host country is not allowed to send them back to their home state if their life or freedom would be threatened. These situations are often the result of war or genocide, which displace large numbers of people. However, although critics have voiced concerns that the incoming wave of migrants threatens their country or way of life, there are few arguments to be made against assisting those who are actively in danger. In fact, some sources say that incoming refugees can have major long-term benefits in innovation and business for host countries. While there are some questions as to how European countries will deal with the flood of asylum seekers, there is no question as to the validity.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed.
I have a dream that one day people will treat immigrants the same way that they treat everyone else.
I have a dream that in the future, anyone with an accent just like mine would be able to speak up and their voices would be as heard as anyone else's.
I have a dream that little black-skinned boys and little dark-skinned girls will grow up loving their skin color.
I have a dream that I will see people that look like me more represented in tech and in an engineering field.
I have a dream that one day more South Asians will defy convention to follow their passions, because you don't need to be a lawyer, doctor, or engineer to be successful.
I have a dream for equality for all walks of life.
We will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
Hello my friends and fellow YouTubers, this is Ryan2Gamer here, and I wanted to give out a very big shout out and thank you to the subscriber of the month. Yes, this is a new thing. We are going to have a VIP subscriber of the month. And this month I want to recognize a subscriber and thank him very, very much for all his support. Thanks again. You are the VIP subscriber of the month. That includes some free gifts that I'll be giving to you and other cool things. So thanks again for all your support. It's very, very much appreciated. And thank you for watching. And like always, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bye.